Okay, let me get the technical people. Let me get the technical people in check. Let me check them and wake them up real quick, guys. Wake up on the back end. This is your Breakfast with the Brand. I am your host, Sean Rais, again. Guys, what is it? The day before the day, right? It's the day before the day. So everybody's like, oh my God, we can't wait till tomorrow. Listen, guys, tomorrow you're going to get a break. Right. So tomorrow I'm going to give you a break. Tomorrow there will be no Breakfast with the Brand. Let me just make that announcement real quick so everybody can sleep in. I know everybody has the day off. They can sleep in. They can wake up. Whatever hasn't been cooked can be cooked. Listen, but today I want to help you make money. Today I want to help you make revenue. How does that sound? Is that good? If that's good, put a 1 in the chat. If you're on LinkedIn, put a 1 in the chat. If you're on YouTube, put a 1 in the chat. If you're on Facebook, put a 1 in the chat. Today, I want to help you make the bread. We're going to bake the bread today. I want to talk to you about closing deals, right? I want to talk to you about closing deals. Now, first thing I want to let you know before we even begin is marketing. Marketing precedes the sale. Marketing precedes the sale. I just want to help you guys, right? I want to help you guys today, right? I want to help you consistently, persistently, and intensively today. I always say that consistency plus intensity equals invincibility. Consistency plus intensity equals invincibility. Marketing precedes the sale. You have to be marketing, guys. You've got to be marketing. You've got to be moving in the marketplace. If you're not moving in the marketplace, then nobody knows you exist. Nobody knows you exist. There's no way to sell if no one knows you exist. So people have to know that you exist. For that to happen, you have to be in their face. You got to be on their phone. You got to be in the inbox, in the email. Marketing. Lives, stories, reels, consistently. And we don't tell you to just hear what we say. We tell you to watch what we do. Don't just hear what we say. Watch what we do, because how do they used to say it? I'm not just a client. I'm the president, right? I do the stuff. Like, I do the work, and we want you to do the work, because when you do the work, you'll get the result. When you do the work, you'll get the result. This is what we do to nurture, to market. And then on the back end, we monetize. On the back end, we monetize. On the back end, we help other people. We help our phenomenal clients like Bobby Jackson, Michelle D. Clark, Travis Klein have a platform. We help them have a platform so that they can be seen. And then they can market, nurture, and close deals on the back end. When I speak to people all the time, they come to me, they say, Sean, I've worked with 10 coaches. I got 15 courses. I got 50 courses. I got courses I haven't even opened yet. I need to make money. I need to make revenue. You need to monetize, guys. You don't need another certification. You need monetization. Write it down. You don't need another certification. You need monetization. But in order for you to monetize, you absolutely must be in the market. If people can't see you, they can't buy you. They can't buy your services. They can't research you if they don't know that you exist. I tell people all the time, I say, listen, guys, you got the education, the experience, and the expertise. I work with CEOs, business owners, and key executives, which means if you're a manager or better, if you got 5 to 10 years in your vertical or better, you're a key executive. You're a supervisor. At least you should be. And if you're not, we can help you with that too. If you're a business owner, if you've got an LLC, if you got an S Corp, if you just have a phenomenal idea, if you've sold anything at all, you're a business owner. You own a business. Now, the question is, are you going to scale that business? Are you going to systematize that business? And are you going to put some structures behind that business? But you're a business owner. The moment you open an LLC, or a C Corp, S Corp, you become a CEO. But there's so many of us who are sitting on the trains as CEOs, but we don't feel like CEOs. So that's one of the things I want to help you with is confidence. Confidence comes from competence. So it goes like this. Competence. You have to know who you are and know what you do. That's why I don't work with novices who don't have a clue what they're going to do and who they want to help. But if you have a clue, if you have a dream, if you have a passion, if you have a purpose, then we can help you. turn that competence to confidence, and then help you begin to market yourself so you can turn that confidence into prominence and become well known in your vertical. As a matter of fact, we go further than well known. We help you go from the best kept secret to the only viable option in your vertical. That's right. That's a position where no one else exists. And all you have to do is serve. All you have to do is what you say you want to do, right? So you say you want to help people, but you help people by helping people. I just gave you the solution. I just gave you the 6-figure, 7-figure solution just now. Marketing precedes the sale. You have to be consistent and intense to be invincible in the marketplace. Marketing precedes the sale. Watch what we do. Watch how we do it. We create a platform. We serve you every single morning. Tomorrow will be an exception. I'll let you off. I'll let you sleep late. And then we monetize on the back end. All of the things that you've gone through before, you probably won't need them when it comes to monetization, right? What you need to do is you need to activate your certifications. So all of the things that you've learned, all of the core competencies, the closing, the speaking, the branding, the leadership, all of those things, all those core competencies, the coaching, that's a core competency. You need to activate the core competency, plug it into the wall, bring some juice into it, make it alive, make it walk. Make it walk off the paper. All the books you've been reading, guys, make the words walk off the paper. And let's get to the monetization piece. That's what we're going to be talking about today. Closing deals. Closing deals. So next Black Friday isn't like this Black Friday. So your next Thanksgiving is not like this Thanksgiving. This is going to be a good one. But the next one will be phenomenal. Unbelievable. If you got a job, you'll be able to leave it or move up in it. Yes, if you have a job, you'll be able to leave it or move up in it and add a zero to your revenue. Make your yearly income monthly, your monthly income weekly, and your weekly income daily. My name is Sean Wright East. This is your Breakfast with the Brand, and we'll be right back. Let's grow. There's slow growth, and then there's scale. There's incremental growth, and then there's exponential growth. What I want to talk to you about is adding a zero to you and experiencing exponential scale. Incremental growth says 1 + 1 is 2. Exponential growth says 1 + 0 is 10. Incremental growth says 2 + 2 is 4. Exponential growth says 5 + 0 is 50. Guys, listen, when you add a zero to you, you can add a zero to the marketplace. You can add a zero to the value that you bring. So you can add a zero to your family, add a zero to your legacy. This is what we're talking about. We're not talking about incremental, we're talking about exponential. I always say that business is a spiritual game. Just imagine when you combine your skills, your values, your abilities, your talents to something bigger than you, something greater than you, something like the power of exponential. That is adding a zero. Add a zero to your competence, add a zero to your confidence. This is about adding a zero in your life, your value, your industry, and your mission. Let's grow. It's very important that you know yourself to the highest degree possible, because it's through knowing ourselves that we're able to know other people. You are the most important person in the room, and the better that you know yourself, the better that you're able to communicate to others. So you're not only playing the game knowing who you are, but you're also playing the game knowing who everyone else is, so that you're not playing blind.
He's extremely engaging with people. He has a fantastic smile, and he's just a very high energy person.
This is called leadership development. So we have to be independently knowledgeable and considerate to know who we are, so we can more effectively know who other people are. As the leader, it's your responsibility to allocate resources in the right places. If you don't know how to communicate effectively, you're losing the battle. I said Sean Wright East. I'm proud. I said Sean Wright East. Leadership is not the brand they made for us.
Listen, he brought fire and heat. He didn't hold back.
20 years down the line, what I could sell, why not serve first? Service over salary. Branding like a leader closes the gap for people who want branding. Speaking like a leader closes the gap for people who are nervous about speaking. If Steve Jobs would have speculated, we wouldn't have Apple.
He changed lives. He helped people open up their business and start their business.
We are the brand. Some people say, Sean, should I quit my job? Mentally, yes.
As a speaker too, to be able to learn from him and watch him and you know, game respects game. And I want to have that much game someday.
The right client, pay $500,000 for what you do. You have to be bold in your beliefs.
He has been an amazing asset to this event and a pleasure to work with. Very captivating, collaborative, worked very well with the audience.
I want to help you. Put a 0 behind your number, right?
The session was great. How he is online, virtually, he is even more phenomenal in person.
Be the face of change that you want to see. Stop asking questions and start giving demands.
The entire team has just been absolutely incredible. They are a joy to work with. They go above and beyond.
Give yourself a round of applause. Yes. Confidence is key. Most of the people I work with, they have the education, the experience, and the expertise. We call those the 3 E's. But they're looking for the 3 I's, the income, the impact, and the independence. And I always tell them that the bridge between the 3 E's and the 3 I's is marrying your confidence to your competence. Most of the people I work with, again, have all of the competence in the world. What I help them do is get the confidence. All right, guys. So let's get into it. So marketing precedes the sale. Marketing precedes the sale, but the sale precedes the close. That's right. The sale precedes the close. So most people don't know the difference between sales and closing. There is a huge difference between sales and closing. Sales is easy. Sales is easy. Let me just say this. Sales is extremely easy. Very few people are closers, though. Anybody can sell. Anybody can sell. Everybody can't close. Listen to me very, very closely. Anybody can sell. You walk into a mall, you see all kinds of people. You see all kinds of demographics. You see all kinds of age ranges. They're all selling. They're standing behind the counter. They're saying, can I help you this? Do you see that? Are you interested in that? Let me show you this. That's selling. That's selling. Showcasing is selling. Taking questions. Okay, so watch this. Inbound leads. People are coming into you. They want to know more. Sales takes place. Very simple. Lead seized marketing. Step 1. Lead sees marketing. Marketing takes place. It's preceding the sale. Lead sees marketing. Number 2, lead has interest. So they move from the marketing to the inquisition. They inquire about more information. A salesman picks up that call. A saleswoman picks up that call. And she begins to answer questions. And she begins to pitch. Everybody heard of pitch? You got to pitch the sale. You want to be the master of pitching. Learn your pitch. That's sales. Now watch this. When closing takes place, someone has said no. A lot of people who are doing sales think they're closers, but they're not. They're just salesmen. They don't face turbulence. They don't face objections. There's no negotiations. Client comes, says, I'd like this. They provide them with that, and they think they're a closer. Sorry. Closing takes place when someone says, no, I'm not interested. I can't move forward. I don't have the money. How many of you would like to be able to close a deal after someone said they don't have the money? Put that in the chat. How many of you would like to be able to close a deal when someone says, I don't think this is the right thing for me? What about when someone says no? What about when someone says next week, at the beginning of the year? Let me wait until the beginning of the year. Have you ever heard that? Now's not the right time. Let me speak to my mother, aunt, father, sister, brother, cat, dog. I have to go back and do some negotiation with my own family to be able to come out of my pocket, come out of my wallet, come out of my credit card. So marketing precedes the sale, and sale precedes the close. The closer is only needed after someone says no. The closer hears no and they get excited. The salesman hears no and they get discouraged. So when you hear no, how do you feel? Put it in the chat. When you guys hear no, how does that make you feel? When somebody says, no, I'm not buying. No, I don't have the money. No, it's not going to happen now. Just don't try to sell me anything. How does that make you feel? How does it impact you? Put it in the chat. And watch this. I'm going to let you know. If you feel bad, if that makes you feel bad, you're not a closer. You're a salesman. If you accept no and say, okay, no problem. Who's next? Let me help whoever next. Whoever is next. When a person just walks away from your table, walks away from your wares, walks away from your pitch, walks away from your offer, and you allow that to take place and you don't follow up and you don't re-engage and you don't renegotiate and you don't bring them back, that's not a closer. That's a salesman. Okay, so watch this. Travis says uncomfortable, phenomenal. So watch this. A closer gets excited. When I hear no, I get excited because I get to go from the salesman to the closer. I get to go from the sales process to the closing process. I get excited when I hear no. How would you feel? How would you like to get excited when you heard no? How would you like to come alive when somebody says no? When someone tells you no, you're like, ooh, let's go. That means yes. I don't hear no. I only hear yes. Just so that everybody's aware. The psychology, the thinking of a salesman and the thinking of a closer is different. Like I would feel uncomfortable probably in an easy sales job, like a lucrative sales position where people were just coming in and buying and buying and buying. I'd be like, what is the thrill? What is the complication? Where is the challenge? There's no challenge. It's easy. Now, money is good. Easy money is good. But I'm going to tell you this, hard money is better. Hard money is better. Money that makes you interested, money that makes you dig, money that makes you work. You appreciate it more. And you get to be of more service because you get to uncover the hidden reason why somebody says no to your offer. You get to go fact finding. You become a detective. You become a super sleuth. You have to be an investigator. Write that down. You have to become an investigator into hidden motives, hidden reasons. No one ever tells you the reason why they say no. They say, I don't have the money. Well, if you didn't have the money, you wouldn't be in the store. Isn't that the case? Who goes, how do you say, window shopping anymore? Who walks into malls to window shop? Very few people. So who do you think actually comes to your website or books a strategy session with you when they don't have the money? Of course they have the money. Someone else is getting your money. Let me say that to you. Someone else is getting your money. This day before the day, this day preceding Thanksgiving, this day before Black Friday, 2 days before Black Friday, I want to let you know that anyone who wants to follow up with you, wants to know information, has the money. The only question is, are you getting the money? Can you get the money? Yes. Do you get the money? No. You know why you don't get the money? Would you like to know why? Put in the chat if you'd like to know why. LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter. If you'd like to know why you don't get the money, when somebody obviously has money, they want to follow up, they want to know information, they click on your link, they book a call, but somehow you get off the call without the money. You get off the call without the close. You get off the call without the sale. You get off the call without adding value. The reason why it happens, Tia, thank you for asking. The reason why it happens is because you allow it to. You believe the story. You believe the narrative. Everybody has a narrative. You yourself have a narrative. I have a narrative, but my narrative is extremely different. My narrative is extremely different than yours. My narrative is extremely different than yours. I guarantee it. I come from a different place. I had a different upbringing. I faced different circumstances, and those different circumstances, they compelled me to be a closer. They shaped me and formed me to be a closer. I had to close myself that possibility was a reality for me, even though you couldn't see it anywhere you looked. The whole world was telling me no. The whole world told my generation no, no, no. And anyone in my generation that made it, we had to close ourselves to the yes. So when the world told us no, we had to hear yes. You have to hear the yes and no. That's right. I said that the right way. You have to be able to hear the yes and no. If they book a call with you, they have the resources. It's your job to be an excavator. It's your job to discover. It's your job to go on an expedition. Now, I go deep, deep, deep into this inside of Closing Like a Leader, the Closing Like a Leader course. We talk about the pain axis. We talk about the psychology of money. We talk about the reason why you don't close the deal. But I'm going to give you a brief synopsis, a brief overview of why you don't close the deal. And the reason why you don't close the deal is because when you hear no, you hear no. When you hear no, you believe no. When I hear no, I see yes. I know yes. If you do this the right way, your whole day consists of turning no's into yeses. I was that person who they called when someone said no. How would you like to be that person? The person in the organization that when you have a problem situation and someone has said no, they call you. They say, hey, Sean, I can't close this. Like, there's no way. That's what they believe. There's no way. The person doesn't have the revenue. Listen, if you fail to close the deal, you fail to help people. Now, who here on this call, watching this call right now, really wants to make a difference in this world? Put in the chat. Who here really wants to change the world? Wants to really help people and really add value to the world? If that's the case, then you can't accept no. No is not an option. No is not an option, not for winners. Sha'Carri Richardson, she was banned. She was banned. They did her filthy last year. Sha'Carri Richardson, they did her filthy last year. The world told her no, but she didn't hear no. Did she? Did that young lady hear no? She made a mistake. The world told her no, lambasted her, public, made her ridicule, made a joke out of her online, everywhere. But she didn't hear no. She heard yes. Michael Jordan, when Michael Jordan was benched in North Carolina, the coaches told him no. The coaches said no, not you. You will not be successful here. He was put off the team the first year. The first year, he didn't make the cut. The second year, he was put on the bench. He was a bench rider. He was a ghost. The coach told him no. He said, I want to play. Put me in. He said, no. Get on the bench. No. He heard no. And there were so many people next to him that could have been the next Michael Jordan. They accepted no. See, the word I'm looking for, the alchemical process of closing is hearing no and not accepting no. So there's a difference. There's a difference between hearing no and accepting no. When I hear the no, I get excited. When you hear the no, it registers. It hits you deeply. You think there's something wrong with you. You go, is it my breath? You look in the mirror. Is it my face? You think about what happened to you when you were 14. And you say, that's why they said no. I'm not cut out for this. Me? When I hear no, my adrenaline rises. My adrenaline rises because, like Lawana, I want to make a difference. I am sworn, my allegiance is sworn to making a difference. So when I hear no, I get excited. I say, oh, yes, let's go. It's time to grow. Like, it's time to go. Put on the hard hat now. Now I get to put on the hard hat, the rain suit, and take out the magnifying glass and get to do an excavation process. Listen, I am not your motivational speaker, guys. I am not the inspirational guy. I am the educational guy. I am the evidence-based guy. I am the guy that's going to go deep into the reasons why, the psychology of yes. I want to take you to the psychology of yes instead of the university of no. A lot of these people are suffering. They're failing in the university of no, where they hear more no's than yeses. I love the science. I literally love the transformational process. Who fancies themselves a transformational leader? Who's heard of transformational leadership and likes transformational leadership? Transformational leadership is all about turning no's into yeses. The world says no. We say yes. Watch this. I love what you just said, Travis. He says the trauma from previous drama is what's holding most back. Well, what I like to do is turn your drama and your trauma into commas. That's right. Turn your drama and your trauma into commas and a bank balance. I want to help you turn what happened to you into what happened to fuel you. And this is what you need to do. You need to be extremely passionate, extremely compassionate. You have to care. You have to care more. You have to be willing to sacrifice more. You have to be willing to lay yourself upon the altar of humanity more. You have to be vulnerable and transparent. It's okay. You're going to take some hits. Closing is about accepting people's shortcomings, accepting people's lack of confidence, and reacclimating them to their own competence. I'm going to slow that down a little bit so you can write that down. Closing is about reacclimating people to their competence and increasing their level of confidence. Because anybody watching this right now has everything that it takes. As a matter of fact, you're passionate. If you're listening to me right now, if you're listening to the sound of my voice, that means you're passionate. You are choosing to watch something on a Wednesday morning that can help you to close deals, have a bigger life, have a better business, have a bigger brand, and help other people all around the world. That means you're passionate. You're educated, you're experienced, and you have the expertise. You have the competence. Now, when your client, when your prospect, when Mr. and Mrs. Prospect click on your link and book a call, they've already qualified themselves, guys. They've already looked at your stuff and they've said, wow, okay, this person can help me. I'm the person that needs help. I can do this. And they jump in. The problem is when they get to talking to you, a lot of times we talk them out of their confidence. And we talk ourselves out of the sale. Closing is about listening. Closing is about listening. Closing is about discovering. It's a process of excavation and exclamation. We have to hear what's not being said. We have to ask open-ended questions and then hear what's being said and then also hear what's not being said. Because most times what's being said is a smokescreen. Most times what's being said is a belief. It's a limiting belief. The first one, the most common one, is I don't have the money. That's not true. Everybody has money for what they want to have money for. So that's not true. Everybody has money for what they want, what they really, really want. I mean, what do they call those things in the morning? The mocha, coca, loca latte, mocha latte, Zimbabwe, right? The $12 latte, the drink in the morning. Who needs that? It's probably not healthy and you probably don't need it, but everybody has it. People go into debt for what they want, guys. For what they really want, they go into debt for. Your problem is you're trying to sell people what you think they need. And in many instances, it's what you know they need. You know they need leadership. You know they need the competency of coaching. You know they need exactly what you're selling, but they don't want that. What they want is more confidence. What they want is to be accepted. What they want is to be popular. What they want is significance. What they want is certainty. You're trying to sell a thing, a product, a funnel, an ad. You're trying to sell a symbol you're trying to sell a system instead of a symbol. What you need, you're talking about your features and your benefits. Listen, guys, if you ever hear somebody trying to teach you sales and they talk to you about explaining the features and the benefits, you're dealing with the wrong person. That's sales. That's not closing. That is not going to help you turn a no into a yes. That's going to help you solidify the yes if it's a sales process. But as soon as somebody says no, you need to stop talking about features and benefits and talk about the dream. And that's what we're going to talk about when we come back. This is The Breakfast with the Brand. Let's grow. The reason why I did this and what I do is help leaders to become brands and brand themselves. You train people how to treat you like how you treat yourself. I teach authenticity marketing. If people can take advantage of you, they will in your personal or professional existence.
My biggest takeaway just from day one is you are the brand. I would recommend it to anybody that's really looking to build a personal brand.
Just the brand in general has changed my life. I've grown so much since I've been a part of this.
I see myself in what he does, and I believe in it just as much as I believe in myself.
Business is like a game of chess. It's not checkers. If you don't know how to lead with a personal brand, then you're losing the battle.
Everything about Sean's talk was fantastic. I mean, I got so much from it.
So he was really bringing fire and passion and just love and spirit to let everybody else know how do you become a leader amongst the leaders.
You hold the key in your hand. There is more power in this phone than there was that took the first man to the moon.
His energy, his dynamic information, gave a really great presentation.
I didn't ask for any money. I didn't have an offer. I had a heart to help people and meet them where they were at and find their need and fulfill it.
Sean is the bomb.
I don't talk theory. I don't talk hyperbole. I don't talk opinion. Nothing I talk is anything but evidence-based.
During the G-Circle retreat in Atlanta, I had the pleasure and the honor of listening to Mr. Sean Raiz. He will not only impact your organization, but he will elevate your team to another level.
When you change you, when you put you into the equation, the whole system is different. I guarantee you, you got the right thing. You are the right person. If you can present yourself in the best way possible, there's no negotiation.
His energy is infectious, and I have so many takeaways from the presentation that I can't wait to get started and implement them today to see the result.
So when you're young, mommy tells you to play nice. Play nice, Timmy. Let all of the other kids play too. But in business, it's not about playing nice. In business, it's about winning. It's about adding multiple zeros to your revenue. Now, of course, your staff wins. And when you win, other people win. However, when it comes to competition, you absolutely must dominate. You can't play for participation, and you can't play just to get along or just to get by, because business is serious. Business will help you to change the world, or the world will change you. Your people will either win or your people will lose based on your level of leadership, what you're willing to do, what you're willing to sacrifice, and how much you know about dominating. Yes. So watch this. People who like to be comfortable, sell. People who like to be comfortable sell, and people who want to be phenomenal close. People who want to be phenomenal close deals for people. They go the extra mile. Closers go the extra mile. They might go the extra 5 miles to help a person see themselves in the light where they can actually succeed and be successful. I just want you to hold on to that for a moment. When it comes to servant leadership, when it comes to transformational leadership, if you're not transforming a yes into a no into a yes, then what are you transforming? There's a lot of words that we throw around: transformational leadership. Most people don't want to be led. Most people don't want to follow, so you have to help them. You have to show them. You have to serve them. And you got to go the extra mile to help them understand that you really have their best intent, because a lot of people have been led in the wrong direction. That's why they don't trust. That's why they say no. That's why they have the money but say, I don't have the money, because they've spent the money before, but the investment didn't turn out right. Something happened after the transaction. Something happened after the transaction, or nothing happened after the transaction, and it was purely transactional. When you create a transformational experience, you can turn a no into a yes, and you can turn a failed situation into a phenomenal situation. You can turn someone's failed experience into a phenomenal experience when you sacrifice yourself, your immediate best interest. Immediate best interest. Salespeople are all about the immediate best interest. They want to feel good. So when someone says no, they're like, no problem. Next. No problem. Who's next? They look past the person. When a closer hears no, they want to know why. What happened? I don't understand. What was the gap? What made you not move forward? What makes you uncomfortable? Well, I don't have the money. Okay, let's figure that out. Do you need a third-party loan? Do you need someone to, maybe I can combine you or connect you with these people who can go half with you and fund your investment? Guys, there's so many creative ways to turn a no into a yes. You have to empower people. Most people just want to close the deal and get commission. They're not about the empowerment. They're about numbers instead of people. Put the people over profit, and the profit will take care of itself. You see, when you try to make money, you actually lose money. When you try to help people, you can't help but make money. I hope somebody heard what I just said. I hope somebody really heard what I just said. When you try to make money, you lose money. When you try to help people, you can't help but to make money. When you're chasing money, you're going to stay chasing. When you're serving people, the people that you serve will keep you in service. See, there's two mindsets. One is lack, one is abundance. One is growth, one is lack. One is stagnant. One is superior. I like what LaWanna says when she says that Steve Jobs didn't sell a smartphone. He sold convenience, efficiency, and global connection. He also sold something else, though. He also sold something else. Deeper, on a deeper level, he sold significance. He sold significance. Because now, if you don't have an iPhone, there's a question as to whether you really matter. He sold community. He sold community. When you get an iPhone, you're a part of a community now. You're initiated. People look at you and see your phone and say, yeah, you finally made the decision, huh? You finally moved over. You finally left those droids alone. I'm not saying nothing against Android. I had an Android, had a couple of them. They're all communities, though. The Android is a community. The Android is a community, and the iPhone is a community, and they don't get along, right? They're like the Lakers and the Bulls. They're like Jordan and Magic. They don't get along. So I want you to think, what are you really selling? What are you really selling? That's the deeper layer. What are you really selling? And how can you equate what you sell to what people want instead of the system and the product and the features and the benefits that you actually sell? So watch this. The way to turn a no into a yes is to sell people or close people on what they want and then give them what they need. Close them on what they want and then deliver them what they need. Nobody wants hard work. Nobody wants a system. Like, I don't want to buy a system. I want people to install a system. I don't want to buy a system. I don't want to hear about a system. I don't want to know about a system. I don't care what the system entails. Just make it work. See, most of you guys are in love with your product. You need to be in love with the people. I'm going to take you to one more break. Fall out of love with the product. Fall in love with the people. Let's grow. I said Sean Ra'is. I'm proud. I said Sean Ra'is. Leadership is not the brand they made for us.
Listen, he brought fire. He didn't hold back.
20 years down the line, what I could sell, why not serve first? Service over salary. Branding like a leader closes the gap for people who want branding. Speaking like a leader closes the gap for people who are nervous about speaking. If Steve Jobs would have speculated, we wouldn't have Apple.
He changed lives. He helped people open up their business and start their business.
We are the brand. Some people say, Sean, should I quit my job? Mentally, yes.
As a speaker too, to be able to learn from him and watch him and you know, game respects game. And I want to have that much game someday.
The right client, pay $500,000 for what you do. You have to be bold in your beliefs.
He has been an amazing asset to this event and a pleasure to work with. Very captivating, collaborative, worked very well with the audience.
I want to help you. Put a 0 behind your number, right?
The session was great. How he is online, virtually, he is even more phenomenal in person.
Be the face of change that you want to see. Stop asking questions and start giving demands.
The entire team has just been absolutely incredible. They are a joy to work with. They go above and beyond.
Give yourself a round of applause. Yes, yes. It's very important that you know yourself to the highest degree possible, because it's through knowing ourselves that we're able to know other people. You are the most important person in the room, and the better that you know yourself, the better that you're able to communicate to others. So you're not only playing the game knowing who you are, but you're also playing the game knowing who everyone else is, so that you're not playing blind.
He's extremely engaging with people. He has a fantastic smile, and he's just very high energy person.
This is called leadership development. So we have to be independently knowledgeable and considerate to know who we are, so we can more effectively know who other people are. As the leader, it's your responsibility to allocate resources in the right places. If you don't know how to communicate effectively, you're losing the battle. When I think of brand you, I think of being your best self, your most authentic. The reason why we were able to crush business, absolutely dominate in business without having the marketing list, without having the email huge list, without having the Facebook ads and the advertising budget, without knowing the algorithm. The reason we were able to do this is because I branded myself. I told my authentic story and I was comfortable in my skin. Why? Because it was that time in the world where everything was shifting. It was 2020, March. So you remember what happened during that time. It was like the world was coming to an end. So you didn't have anything to hold back. So I chose to give everything that I had and be everything that I am. And because I was that, because I branded me, because I was authentic, everything shifted. And people wanted more. And they wanted to know more about me and how they could become more comfortable in their skin. Listen, guys, when you brand you and not what you do, you're going to add a 0 to the world, but you'll also add a 0 to your revenue. Let's grow. Okay. So I said something before I left. I said something before we just went to a break. I said, if you want to close more deals, and I'm going to add a little bit to the beginning of it, pre-frame it, pretense it. If you want to add a 0 to your revenue, if you want to add a 0 to your revenue, your impact, and your independence in 2024, you absolutely must fall out of love with your product and fall in love with the people that you serve. See, it's not about branded like a leader. It's about people winning. It's about people winning. It's about families. It's about communities. It's about mothers and fathers. It's about sisters and brothers. It's about neighborhoods and states and zip codes and tax brackets. It's about empowering a people more than it is closing a deal. See, when we close a deal, we're able to get to the work. When we close a deal here at Sean Rye East, we're able to get to the work. We're able to go to work on the psychology. We're able to change minds, change hearts, and change lives. I'm thinking about the prospect's children. I'm not even looking at the person next to me. When I speak to a gentleman, I'm thinking about his wife. I'm thinking about his wife being scared because he's about to make another investment. And just like the last 5 investments, the pre-thought is that it's not going to work. They've lost so much money. They keep investing in themselves and somebody keeps taking it and they keep getting no results. My job is to be different than every other provider. This is why I'm still in college. My job is to have the evidence-based solution. This is why I do everything that I advise myself first. I don't teach what I don't do. I teach only what I do, only what I know works. I do not sell theory. I do not sell theory. Everything that I do or say is evidence-based. We have tried it. We have thrown it up against the wall hundreds of times. It doesn't only work for me. It works for every single client. It's worked for people in corporate before I went private. I wouldn't have gone private if I didn't have something that I knew worked. That's right. I would not have gone private if I didn't know what I did worked in corporate. It worked with seasoned professionals, Fortune 500 companies. It worked for their seasoned executives in succession planning and moving up into positions of leadership. I saw people go from 6 figures to 7 because they created a personal brand. I helped people go from 5 and 6 figures to 7, from 5 to 6 and 6 to 7 within organizations. Get noticed, attract more deals, get raises, get promotions. Why? Because they built a personal brand. So when I went private, I already knew what I did worked. So I am sold, guys. I'm closed. The most important close is you. You are the most important close. And the reason why you're not closing other people is because you have yet to close yourself. You're not fully closed. You know how you jump in a deal and jump out of it? You know that lingering feeling of doubt, like a Jack in the Box? You know how Jack in the Box jumps out, but then jumps back in the box? That's what happens when you doubt yourself, when you have lingering premonitions and doubts and thoughts and suspicions that you're not going to be successful. Napoleon Hill calls it the fear of poverty. The fear of poverty creates indecision. And I've said over and over again, the most important part of your business, the most important part of your psychology, the most important part of your process is going to be a decision. You have to make a decision, but that decision can't be flimsy. It can't be undisciplined. And that's why after decision comes the discipline, because you make decisions all the time. Everybody listening to this had a New Year's resolution. How many resolutions did you keep? Everybody here says, I'm going to be the perfect weight. I'm going to drink more water. I'm going to work out. I'm going to change my life. How many people actually do it? They make the decision, but the decision is a flimsy one because they don't have the discipline. It's the same thing in business. You say, I'm going to make 6 figures this month, but your decision is flimsy. And what happens is you don't amp up the activity to push the decision forward. You retract the decision. You pull the decision back and you say, okay, well, maybe we won't make 6 figures. Maybe we'll make 5 figures. And instead of making $100,000, we'll be fine making 30. You subtract. You subtract instead of pushing forward and being proactive. You're retractive instead of proactive. You have to close yourself first, and you have to be fully closed, 1,000%. And this is what Napoleon, not Napoleon Hill, but Napoleon made a decision on when he burned the boats. He burned the boats. He took his people into enemy territory where they were outnumbered. There was almost a 0 added to their men. If there were 1,500 men, there were 15,000 enemies. They were moving into the enemy's backyard. And the first thing he did was told people to burn the boats as we move forward. So when the people turned around, he could say, you see what you see? Turn around. I want everybody to turn around and look. Look behind you. You see that smoke? Those are the boats. We either win or we die. We can't go home. If we go home, we're going home with the enemy's boats. There were no options. And because there were no options, there was a decision. A decision that was grounded in discipline. And because they had discipline, they allowed their plan to develop. And because they allowed their plan to develop, they then dominated. Guys, closing is easy. Closing, for me, sales is hard because it's a boring process. It's like it's slow. It's always the same. It's predictable. I like a challenge. I like things to be different. I like variables. I like variability. I like to help people overcome limiting beliefs. Whenever someone says no to you, they don't mean no. They say, please help me get to yes. When someone says no to you, they say, please help me get to the yes. That's what I want you to think when we're done. We're almost done. We got 2 minutes. When you hear no, I want you to hear, please help me get to the yes. When you hear no, I want you to hear, please help me get to the yes. When someone says no to me, I hear what they're really saying, not what they want me to hear, because listen, people are comfortable in a weak position. Nobody wants to work out. Nobody wants to go on like a real 3, 7, 10, 12 day liquid fast. Like nobody wants those things, but they all need them. So you got to be smart and you got to be able to sell people, close people on what they want, and then give them what they need. The next time somebody tells you no, I want you to hear the truth. A no is a plea. A no is a please help me get to the yes. Guys, enjoy your day tomorrow. Enjoy your family. Enjoy your friends. If we do come on, we'll play something. Maybe I'll play this again. I'll play something else. I want you to hear me very, very clearly. You have everything that you need to be successful. You have everything you need to add a 0 to you. You have everything you need not to grow incrementally, but to grow exponentially. And the Sean Wright East brand is here to help you do that. That link on the bottom, that's my calendar. Either I or one of my team members man the calendar at all times. We are here to help you. We are here to serve you to the highest possible degree. If your life has consisted of no's, if your business has consisted of no's, if you're tired of hearing no and you're ready to start hearing yeses, reach out to us. Because we would love to help you to scale your business, add a 0 to you, add a 0 to your revenue, add a 0 to your family, and add a 0 to your business. Enjoy your day tomorrow. Let's grow. Thank you for your time.